Today I'm going to talk about LastPass and how to make your passwords more secure and only have to remember one password in the process. This is TQA Weekly. I'm your host, Steve Smith, aka Z-Axis, and yes, you may call me that. And today I'll be talking about hackers, passwords, LastPass, and so much more. So let's get you significantly scared enough to start changing behavior, and then I'll explain why this behavior is there, and then explain how to change it. So yeah, a little bit of moral support for your passwords. So let's look at something here. The majority of people that know how to hack can hack from a very young age, me included. So we're talking about people that can be as young as 8, 7, 6. Doesn't really matter because programming and hacking is fairly the same, and it's a skill that has to do with mathematics and a comprehension of language and ability to socially engage and modify behavior within a social environment, and how to understand code, how code works. Basically, anybody who can understand these concepts can learn to hack, learn to program, and basically hijack or do good. So this is what happens. Your kid could be using your computer right now, have gotten some sort of script kiddie kit to allow him to do a rainbow table for any form of hashing, whether it be MD5, whether it be SHA-256-512-01, doesn't matter which one, any other non-cryptographically based hashing algorithm that is one way. And if they manage to get the salt, they can even make their own customized rainbow table for that. And these hashing algorithms are made for processors that are significantly slower. So here's the catch. You can be creating a rainbow table with enough space to generate a rainbow table for passwords of between 6 to 9, maybe even more characters. And here is the problem. That means that same kid who figured out how to do that can go to a website, download a JavaScript-based MySQL injector, put that into a form, print out the database, hijack the passwords using the ones he's already gotten from his own customized database, hijack your password, and if you use the same password everywhere or in more than one place, basically compromise your accounts. So one website runs the risk of blowing the whole party all the time for every single other website, because people have the habit of using the same username and the same passwords. And there is a reason for this. We live in a digital age where tons of information needs to be remembered. Some of us have had injuries to our heads, like me. So there is still a significant amount of trying to retain information in our minds. And remembering fewer and fewer passwords is better for us, since we are less likely to remember a shorter list of passwords. And since this is convenient, it's also dangerous, because websites don't necessarily provide an adequate form of security to protect the passwords or all the information in your account. This becomes a dangerous playing field. So how do we fix this? Well, we all need a convenient way of remembering our passwords. This is why I like LastPass. It is the last password you need to remember, and I know I just quoted them. So lastpass.com. Go to the bottom of the page, there is more information from them. So let's talk about LastPass. What is it? Well, it's a browser extension and can also be downloaded as a standalone application on your computer or mobile devices. It allows you to view, save, and generate new passwords for websites that you are currently on or going to visit. It allows you to do many things like automatically log in, create random passwords. Let's just go and see that actual line. Yep. Storage of passwords, new random passwords, one-time passwords, which means if you need to lend your account to your lawyer, they can log in without having your password. Identities, so you have more than one identity within it. You can share passwords, that's where it comes with the lawyer thingamajig, or the husband, wife, kids needs to access something one time, or you have the option of the two-step login. Now, two-step login requires another device using Google Authenticator, so it has to be Google Authenticator capable. So basically, any device that you can download from the iTunes App Store or Google Play App Store, any of those devices will let you use the two-step login. So that's the amazing part. It means you have to know the password and you have to have that unique every 60 seconds code that is generated on the fly for you. If you ever lose your code, you can always get them to call you or send you a message or use one of those one-time passwords that Google gives you to actually log in and fix it. But that's basically what it's for. And here's the cool thing. It uses AES 256 technology to encrypt all the information starting from your side, so everything leaving your computer is encrypted. It's decrypted on your side, on your device, using JavaScript and C++ within their applications and browser add-ons, which means you're infinitely more secure than getting a password on, let's say, Dropbox, which doesn't necessarily encrypt anything. So what does this mean for you? Well, you will now have the ability to generate automatically any length of password you can possibly get for your website, have a completely unique password for every single website that you visit. So if one gets bombarded by hackers, not every single one gets bombarded by hackers. This is amazing for you, more secure, and best of all, convenient, which is what we all need right now. And you can access it on your mobile device, tablets, laptops, anywhere you have access to the internet. So obviously, you're a lot better off using this service. And this is why I prefer this service over any other. So if you're like me and you have issues with hackers and you basically want to stay safe, but you don't want to use a password that you can't remember, remember one. The last password you ever need to remember, LastPass.com, download their browser add-ons, order applications, get it on your mobile devices, and let's be done with the using of the same password everywhere. We all know it's difficult to remember passwords, and we all know it's dangerous to use the same one, so this is the next best thing for us until we find a better way than logging in with the username and password, but for now we're stuck with this. So to be even more complete in my information, in the show notes and right below if you're watching on YouTube, I have included 4 links. The LastPass.com website, obviously, the Getting Started with LastPass, which is a YouTube video which you can watch that'll explain how to use it, even better, everything about it. The how to use save all entered data, which is great for websites that don't necessarily use a username, but maybe a client ID or a mobile number. And the LastPass user manual, which describes in depth how to use LastPass. Next week, I'll be talking about RSS feeds, the different types, the origin of the RSS feed, how you can take advantage of this technology, which is truly engaging, by the way. It's also push technology, which means you get the information when it comes out, how it allows me and other podcasters to bring information to you. And of course, if you have a suggestion for a story, a question, maybe a suggestion for an application for next week's RSS, ask at TQAweekly.com. So remember to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you have, a great many thanks. Thank you for subscribing. I completely and utterly enjoy having people subscribe to my show. It is not necessarily what I was aiming for, but I like knowing people actually love to listen. Of course, if you want to participate or you want to steer me in the direction that you would like me to go, you always have to leave your comments down below or ask at TQA Weekly so I know what you absolutely want. Now, if you go over to TQAweekly.com, which I just completely rebuilt, you can get all the show notes, all the links for the show notes, because I know some are looking for links that I don't always put down below, but I do put them in the show notes. So tonight's episode is tqaweekly.com/SE2EP41, or just head over to the front page and hit the show notes link. You can also subscribe to our newsletter, our Android application, participate in our contests and our weekly surveys, and so much more. Again, that was tqaweekly.com. At the bottom of the page, you got a theme selector, which is brand new, and how to follow me on every single social network I'm currently on. So yeah, all those great places. Stay safe and online, and have a great day.